flaws and all, womanhood, sisterhood, and traveling through the worst hood, adulthood, conversation from a woman's point of view. This is the S.I.S Podcast.
All right, welcome back to another episode of S.I.S Podcast, that's Simply Incredible Sisters. The title of this episode is the Lynn Fiasco. We will be discussing how it was about to go down in Niger, guys. So you want to stay tuned for this episode. Hey guys, it's your girl Quell, and I'll be hosting this episode. So let's get it popping. We will start with the introduction, starting with T.Y.
Hey y'all, it's your girl T.Y, everybody's favorite T.T. I'm sorry. And these ladies are hilarious. I'm literally crying laughing in this new year, 2023. What's up, y'all? I'll get into it with y'all in a little bit. All right, Queen, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Like literally, I'm in tears. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Queen, coming one more again for 205. Yeah.
Okay, now we'll have our guest go ahead and introduce yourself back again for another episode.
Hello, everyone. This is Wumi back again with the S.I.S Podcast, and I'm so excited to be here today. It's always great when I'm having a conversation with y'all, so let's do it.
Hey. So, guys, we have been sharing.
Felicia and I are invisible or something, and maybe we ain't a part of the podcast.
No,
so you forgot to introduce us. But
no, it's cool, because I was going to say I'm just happy to be here. So I'm Felicia, guys. I'm just happy to be here to get an inside scoop on what really happened, because I did not stay there. So, you know, I'm definitely interested in what really went down that led my friends to be homeless. I'm just kidding, not homeless.
Not homeless.
But definitely
really
kidnapped.
No,
yes,
and this is your good sis, Jenny. Thanks for the introduction or lack thereof. And I'm really trying to get to see on what happened too, because I was a bride and they ain't tell me nothing.
Exactly. But it was like a pause. So my bad. I just went on to the next guest. But anyway, guys, as you guys know, we have been discussing our experiences. And one of our experiences we shared was about our Airbnb. It was nice. We had a chef. The only problem is the bridesmaids was about to fight the Airbnb host. So Tiwa was one of the matrons of honor. She was our host, you know, making sure we were having a good time, having a pleasant stay. So Tiwa, tell us how this all got started. Like,
absolutely, girl. I'll go ahead and tell you how it all started. Let me clarify. I was the maid of honor. Your girl is still single, not married, so no matron over here. And if y'all didn't know before that this was real live, raw, and living color, this is real live.
You're going to learn today.
I'm still looking. Felicia, I'm just happy to be here. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Oh God. Okay. All right. Serious business, y'all. Let's get into it. And so we stayed at this Airbnb in Lekki. It's on the island, not on the mainland, in Nigeria. So, and it was a beautiful Airbnb, had marble floors, nicely decorated. All white, you know, walls and gold, white, gold, silver detailing, beautiful Airbnb. However, on our first day in there, and we went into the Airbnb, first things first, it wasn't working. Everybody knows the one thing when you come into an Airbnb, what do you go and check and try to sign in for?
The
Wi-Fi. All right. Don't matter where you go in this world, the numero uno thing that everybody wants to know is, what is the Wi-Fi? Right. And that was the one thing that was not working. All right. And then on top of that, yes, we did have a lovely Chef Victor. All right. Come with his groceries. And he was coming to make us lunch and dinner, you know, because we were some hungry travelers. And the stove wasn't working. So we called the people that are working there. They had a maid that was there, and she said she was going to bring the manager. All right. She brings the manager, and in walks Lynn with her dusty, crusty wig on. That thing was stiff
and dry.
All right. As stiff can be, no bounce, no move. Looked like something that's straight out of Party City.
Like a
broom. And then these these city trends jeggings on, all right, in this little blouse and some heels, and sis thought she was killing it, right?
Lord.
Came up in there, all right, came right to the kitchen. She going around in the kitchen.
No, wait, see, we gotta do the introduction. You gotta, how she came in and she was like,
I'm Lynn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She walked up in there, right, with her city trends jeggings on and her blouse and her heels and her stiff wig and said, I'm Lynn. Right? As if she had arrived. And we like, okay, who the hell is Lynn?
Bow down, bitches.
Bringing the manager. Are you the manager, Lynn? Lynn? Or whatever. She's like, I am here. Okay, Lynn. So tell Lynn, hey, Lynn, the Wi-Fi is not working. All right. And your stove ain't working. And our chef is trying to cook and he can't cook. Right.
On the hot plate. He was cooking on the hot plate.
Hold on, we ain't get there yet. So then she go into the kitchen and she going around and she tapping on stuff. And she's like, the inductor, pressing the button, holding it, pressing the button, holding it. It ain't heating up.
Not a whole mechanic.
Like, I just bought this stove. I just paid, but this is brand new, whatever. She called the people like she over here trying to stunt, act like she got money. I just bought this or whatever. And I'm sitting over there looking at her like, well, sis, it's just broke. It's just broke.
Bought it broke.
And what's the Wi-Fi like? You do. So I'm just sitting there looking at her because she looked real stupid. Like while she trying to be a boss, and you look real dumb. While I'm saying she's on it, she's like, they're making me wait. They're gonna go and get it fixed. I'm talking to the people. They're gonna come and they're gonna bring a new stove. They're gonna replace it. I said, they're gonna replace a new stove free of charge without you paying for a new one. In this here Nigeria, okay, whatever you say, girl. And she's like, okay, yeah. She's like, so y'all come. I'm like, yeah, we're here visiting from America. She's like, oh, I love America. My sister, she lives in America. You know where Texas is? Yes, girl.
Do you know where Texas is?
I'm like,
the whole state? She lived in the whole state. Oh, okay.
I'm like, yes, girl, I know where Texas is. She's like, yes, I love America. Yes, I love all the shops and the places. I love to go. I'll go there for a holiday in a cute few weeks.
Lynn ain't never been to the airport. Lynn lied. Lynn don't even know where Mary Tyler Muhammad
and that part. And I'm just like,
she back for that dry ass wig.
When she said Texas like it was an identifier or something, like it was a street name.
let Sis continue to run her mouth and feel herself, right? Because Sis was feeling herself. She thought she was big boss, big body, right? Lord. So I said, whatever, let her go ahead and say whatever she's saying until then. And I said, all right, well, are they coming? She's like, they're going to bring a whole new stove for you all to cook on. So don't worry, they're bringing it. Until then, we've given him the hot plate so he can make your lunch. But by dinner, a new stove will be there. And then she gave me the code for the Wi-Fi, new Wi-Fi. She said it's upstairs, told me where it was. And for a few seconds or whatever, then all of a sudden the Wi-Fi started to work better. Everything she said, she was going upstairs to check the signal and make sure that everything was okay. And that was our first introduction to Lynn.
Baby, and Tiwa was a good host, y'all, because I didn't have no interactions with Lynn. So who had the next? Was it Woomy or Jenny? Because I know, because we was trying to keep everything away from the bride, y'all. We didn't want Jenny to know anything. So who talked to her next? Was it you, Woomy?
I think
I want to say, Woomy is definitely the next person that talked to her, because I want to say we had just finished getting our henna done. And something, no, you guys, we had gone out somewhere, together. And then I think we had gotten back and everybody needed towels. She said that she was going to bring towels, and I think nobody got their towels. So we were asking like, yo, like where the towels at or whatever. Yeah. And I think she got an attitude about it. And
no, what happened was, they didn't get by the time we came back, they didn't have That's when I found they didn't have electricity the whole first day they came. No electricity. And then I found out they didn't have no towels. And then I found out they weren't having no Wi-Fi. So I'm like, wait a minute. And then that's when I found out how much they actually paid. And that's when I was like, in dollars. And it was like, yeah. And I was like, shit, for this amount, you could be in Banana Island, honestly. Because, you know, and for people that are not from, if you're from PG area or you live in Maryland, that's like being in Potomac. Like, versus, you know, being in a nice area, but they could have been in Potomac. So anyway, I get there and I realize they don't have no towels. So I'm like, all right, let me go on, as Nigerians would say, reason with Lynn. So I go downstairs and, you know, I'm talking to her. I'm like, yeah, you know, they need towels, they need this, you know, this is what they expect from Airbnbs. You know, these people pay top dollars, you know, they're not from here, they're from America, you know, and the reason why we booked this, even though it was expensive, is because we wanted them to have a great experience. You know, you advertise 24-hour electricity, but their first day, there was no electricity. Everything they asked you about, oh, it's not working, oh, this, oh, that, oh, blah, 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 blah. And so, you know, after I finished letting her know all our grievances, Lynn proceeds to let me know, like, basically, what do I want her to do? So then I asked Lynn, well, is there a manager? Because to my understanding, you manage this place, so I don't understand. Now, what I want you guys to really understand is, at that point, I was ready to beat Lynn's ass. I was ready to beat Lynn's ass. Because Lynn was like, oh, you cannot tell me. And I'm like, Lynn, I can tell you. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm telling you. So don't tell me that I can't tell you. I was like, first of all, so Jenny steps in. However, backstory that you guys probably don't understand. The whole time you were there, did you see any responsible people coming in and out of that place?
No, ma'am.
No, let me tell you, the first
Let me
day
tell you what the thing is with
the
Lynn.
first day we got there,
what Lynn is there to do is, Lynn is a property manager. Okay, that's what Lynn does. Lynn goes and manages property for people who are too rich to really even give a damn about the property. You know, they probably just build it so they can hide money, you know, and Lynn goes around like, oh, don't just let it go. You can also make extra money. So she goes begging around for contracts. You know, sometimes to get a little contract, you gotta, you know, you gotta do some things that she probably don't want to do, but Lynn to pay her dues in her body. So she giving, I'm gonna make my money. And the easiest way is you put internet fraudsters in your building, and as long as you provide them with proper Wi-Fi, you don't owe them nothing else. So you guys coming along with your princess and your Barbie and Ken asses coming in talking about, now we need towels. Can we get some electricity? Listen, this is not why we here. Okay.
All we have is Wi-Fi to give, baby.
Listen, she barely want to give me that. It's giving, bring your own shit, you know?
Right.
So at this point, this is the reason why I'm getting furious, because I realized what's going on. Those Foster boys are not paying Lynn what you guys paid her. So why would she expect to get that amount of money and then get over on you guys? So that's when Jenny comes in and is like, oh, hold on. So Jenny, you go and tell your part.
Listen, if anybody knows my cousin, it is me. And when Wumi gets about half an inch close to your face, it's danger zone, okay? Because all she's waiting for is the moment to take that fist and wrap it around that shirt.
About to fight
so she can go to town.
And whop you up.
So she can go to town, okay? And Wumi was just a little too close, and all I saw was, no, let me tell you something. And it was like, whoa, this is going to go all bad real quick. So let me try to intervene, because mind you, Wumi and I are not staying in the Airbnb. So let's make that disclaimer. We are not sleeping there. This is for the other bridesmaids that are there. So we're just trying to ensure that, I mean, they paid all this money. They came all this way during COVID, mind you. This is during COVID. And, you know, it's a very nice place. But, you know,
it's a nice
how
place.
Things are run
it's
makes
not
a difference.
Very nice. It's just nice.
It's a nice place, you know. But it's. However, how things are run makes a big difference. And so when I was speaking to her, you know, I was trying to kind of just mitigate the situation, but let her understand that you are falling short of the expectations that you advertised online. You know, advertised 24-hour light. They have not received that. And I can vouch for that because I was sitting here in the dark with my wedding planner and there was no power. And we had a meeting for over an hour. So for you to say, oh, there's always been light, that can't be true. I've literally experienced them not having light. And that wasn't the first day. This is the fourth day. And so, you know, you advertise, you know, working facilities, which means your stove. And, you know, with an Airbnb, you should definitely have towels and washcloths for your guests. I mean, I've never heard of that not happening. It's a home away from home, and there are toiletries at home, last time I checked. So I'm trying to let her know that, you know, like, you are business, and these people came all the way from America. And is this the experience that you really want to leave them with? Because all they're going to talk about is, I went to Nigeria and Lynn shortlet, like, this happened.
That's her name.
That's not what you want associated with your business, correct? And she's like, yes, you're right. And I was like, this is my wedding. These people are my bridesmaids. Like, I need them to have, they're only here for 2 more days, and I need them to have a great experience. That's all we're here to do. And so I was just like, tomorrow's the wedding. They're not even really going to be here. So can we, like, just get it done and let's go about our business and let's make the best of the rest of our trip? And she's just like, okay, no problem. So I leave to go back to my hotel. It's Woomy, so I can shower. You know, I had been in the car all day, running errands back and forth. We had the Nakai earlier that day. I was tired, you know, and so I'm just trying to, but they're like, oh, let's still go out. I was pregnant. You know, I wanted to do wedding rehearsal. So I'm like, oh, let's go shower. I need a shower change. And then we were all supposed to come back.
Did not happen.
Clearly that did not happen. So I'm going to run it back.
But Jenny, I was surprised Wumi even let you talk to her. Because, you know, Wumi was she is overprotective of you anyway, but she was very overprotective of you then because you was carrying her baby, as she said. So when you said you was like trying to calm the situation because Wumi was about to tag that ass.
I was like, Lynn, I'm going to have that wig and girl, I'm going to burn it. I promise you. I'm going to throw it in the suya fire.
Where was T.Y.?
Upstairs. Thank God for that.
I was upstairs making sure the rest of the Americans were okay because that was my job, being responsible for making sure the Americans that were here that were in Nigeria were okay. Why you task the person that ain't been to Nigeria in 18 years to be responsible for the Americans that are there? I have no idea. However,
you did a good job, T, but we had so much fun.
That was my responsibility, and I tried my best.
But then the next day, I think we was getting our makeup and our henna. Right?
Hold on. Well, this what happened?
When they left, I think the raid Fiasco happened, right?
What happened? All right. So after Jenny and Wumi left, they cut. Before Jenny and Wumi left, they went down. They talked to Lynn, as you guys just heard from Wumi and Jenny. They come upstairs, and they let us know that, hey, as they were leaving, Lynn said that she's going to bring up some towels, and that she'll make sure that everything goes smoothly from there on out. And I'm like, okay, y'all heard that? She's gonna bring some towels. Everybody's happy. We all gonna get showers. We all gonna get ready to go out. It's the night before the wedding. We're gonna try and do something because the previous night before was supposed to be the bachelorette experience that got canceled. So this night, all right, I was determined. I said, we gonna turn up. Some way, somehow, it's going to happen. Well, the Lord Jesus and the devil Lynn said that ain't happening. Okay. And this is why. So after Jenny left, we all supposed to be getting ready. I'm thinking I'm letting people take their showers, everybody take showers, and everybody get ready and everything else. Rafe's still waiting on her towels. Certain people waiting on towels, but other people are getting ready while they waiting. People like me, I bring my stuff with me no matter what. I bring my towel washcloth with me no matter where I go because I just don't trust other people's detergent. That's just me. I'm sensitive, right? So all of that's going on. The towels has still not come up, all right? Ray and our good sis Diola was there. Diola was there as well with everybody, and they said, "Well, we'll go and find the manager because the housekeeper, kept coming up, but she seemed a little frazzled. But she said she was coming back with the towels, and nobody had seen her. So Ray and Diola said they were going downstairs to go and find the maid, all right, to go ahead and get the towels because the maid said the towels were being washed and dried and didn't bring them up. All right. So I said, while they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get in the shower and finally get ready. I'm like the last person, one of the last people to go ahead. And I said, let me go ahead and just get in the shower while they're doing that. I don't know, honestly, what happens between the time they said they was going down to talk to the maid and while I was in the shower. All I know is while I was in the shower, the electricity went from on to off. To on, to off, to on, to off, to off again. So you can only imagine, right, in my head, while I'm in the shower, trying to get rest, in my head, I said, Lord, please don't let nothing be going on. Because right now, I'm pretty sure in my spirit something ain't right. Something is going on. This is abnormal, even for Nigeria. If I were to be going, blinking off and on and off and on and off and on like that within a 30, 45 minute time period. So I'm like, something going on. And I'm just like, Lord, please just let it be okay. Just let it be okay. And while I'm in the shower, all I hear is, was it Quell or Queez? Or no, it was Cash that said, Tiwa, you need to come on out here. Cash knocked on the bathroom.
Yes, because they sent me down to go get her. So we had to send somebody to you.
Tiwa, you need to come on out here. And I just said, Lord Jesus, help me, please. Help me, please. And when I stepped out of the shower, guys, what I mean to tell you, I got in the shower. All we was waiting for was towels. I got out the shower. As soon as I got out, Tiwa, you need to go talk to the lady because she talking about she putting us out. We got to get out right now. We got to pack our stuff. And I ain't going to stay nowhere where I don't want to be where don't nobody want to have me. I pack my stuff. I ain't going to stay nowhere. I ain't got to stay nowhere. I can. She talking about she gonna put us out. She talking about she gonna send the police or somebody to come and get us out of the apartment because we said we not leaving. And she said she gonna put us out. Y'all, it's about 10 something at night. Pulling up on 11. I look at the time and I said, Lord Jesus. I was like, all right. I'm like, everybody calm down. Calm down. Let me go down. I'm sitting here listening to what everybody's saying, everybody they side. Ray come upstairs and Ray is like, okay, T, well, let me tell you what happened. And Viola is there backing her up. And I'm just looking like, okay, well, something really must have happened because Viola over here like, yeah, right, back it up. Everything Ray is saying. So she said, yes. She said, Ray is like, she's like, Tiwa, I swear I came down there. I was being nice. I was being polite. I didn't come down there on an attitude, talking to her. I can't talk in no New Orleans accent, but I'm trying to repeat to y'all the sound, how the way that she sounded, right? I talked to her and I was really nice and I was telling you to be respectful and everything. And I just asked her, where's the towel? And I go down there and she's upset because she said she just fired her maid because she looked for the towels and there ain't no towels out there. And she had to fire the maid. And I don't know what that got to do with me asking about no towels. And she got her maid. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All I care about is the towel. And she said, I'm right there. She's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. The towels is locked in the room. The towels is locked in the room. And she's like, well, aren't you the manager? Don't you have the key? And she's like, she had to wait for somebody to bring the key. And I'm like, well, I'm just trying to get her to explain something to me. She got an attitude, she on her phone, and then she just walk away from me. And just walk away. And then I'm just like, okay, well, let her calm down. And I'm standing there down there with Diola, and Diola's trying to, we're trying to talk to her, get her attention. She walked past us 3 times looking right at us. And she
ignoring
said, and ignoring them. Ray said she was ignoring me. I said, excuse me. She said, T, by the 3rd time, I said, bitch. I know you hear me.
I was there for that part.
Y'all. So you
Ray,
can imagine the build up to this point.
And she said, and that was it. I said, I know you hit me. You're not gonna ignore me. You hit me, and that's what happened. And then after that, she said, oh no, you have to get out. You have to get out. You have to get out. And I said, get out where? You ain't gonna put me out. I paid to stay here. And then Diola
got put out.
And then Diola get in there, and the judge she's like, Tiwa, everything Ray is saying is correct. Everything. She was very rude. And we were talking to her. She kept walking past. And me,
I don't even know why Diola didn't use her body. She didn't use her body to body check that bitch. Say it again, and I drag that wig off your head and put it in the gutter. Stupid.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm taking all of this in, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, it's about almost 11 o'clock at night. There's no way we can get put out of this place. It's not happening. Where's she gonna put? She can't force us out. Like, it's not happening. But I'm like, let's try and let's get some common ground here. I'm like, because I'm responsible for these people. I'm like, it's 10, 11 o'clock at night. She cannot try and put us out in Nigeria at 10, 11 o'clock at night. That's not safe. All right. First of all, you have to think about we're in another country. It's not safe. All right. We're a group of women. There's only one man, Dreek, that's there. All right.
Oh,
so this is, I'm like, poor Dreek, and Dreek no good enough. When you got a room full of angry Black women, you just be quiet. And poor Dreek was just quiet. He just looking at me. And Dreek was like, I'm sorry. That's all
And I was trying to calm Ray down because, like, y'all know that's my best friend. I know when she ready to fight, she about to fight. And I'm like, I couldn't believe she cussed her out. First of all, I was like, Ray, what did she do? She just ignored you? She was just heated. She was like, look, I got all this going on and you ain't breaking me no damn towels. What we doing?
Ray said she was hot. She was tired. She was sweaty, and she wanted to take a shower, and she was not giving her the things she needed in order to take a shower. So Ray was there. So I'm trying to calm. I said, everybody calm down. All right, I'm gonna go down there and talk to her. I go down there. I said, and wait, she over here, over the phone, what you call walking back and forth, Lynn. I go over to talk. I said, Lynn, can I speak to you for a minute? She looked at me, and I said, I'm coming to you as an adult, calmly, all right? This is me who you talked to earlier, that's responsible for all of these individuals, all right? As I talked to you earlier today, all right, we had a conversation. So I'm going to speak to you and try to negotiate with you. As you say, you claim you love America. This is how we do in America, okay? All right, I'm gonna have a conversation. Let's talk like adults. I've already heard, and they coming down, I said, and she's like, what did it? I said, listen, I've already heard what they've had to say, and they told me their version of what happened. Can you explain to me what happened? Right? So, because I was just like, I just want to let her because people like her, they just want to get their shit off, right? They just want to feel heard. Like, I could tell she just wanted to feel heard. She wanted to be a big boss, big body. She wanted to feel, you know what I mean, validated. All right. So I'm like, let me go ahead and validate this little girl, because truly she was a child. So listen, she go on telling her side of the story, saying how she talked about how she spoke to Wumi, she spoke to Jenny, and that she agreed that she would bring up the towels and everything was calm and she was perfectly fine with that. And she given instructions to her maid, and the maid was supposed to make sure that it was taken care of. And then when she found out that the maid did not take care of it, she went to go handle it. And then she ended up having to fire her maid. And when she tried to fire her maid, The maid had the key to the room, locked everything in the room. She didn't have the key or whatever. And so she's trying to figure out all those things. And then she said, Ray comes down here and she's talking to her and she's being disrespectful. And then she calls her a bitch. And she's like, I don't have to take that from anybody. This is my business. And I understand things are going, on and everything else. But there are other people that are staying here that don't have these problems. And I don't have to take that from anybody. And I don't have to let anybody stay in my property that doesn't, want to be here. So if you don't want to be here, you can't respect me. You can just go. You can just leave. And I'm just listening to her. I'm just talking to her. And I'm listening to her. I said, okay. I said, now, I've heard everything that you had to say. Okay. I spoke to you this morning, earlier this week, not this morning, earlier this week. Since then, remember you told me that you would have the Wi-Fi fixed. We would have no problems. The Wi-Fi has not been fixed. You said there would be a new stove by that evening. There's still no new stove to today. The chef is still cooking on hot plates to this day. It's been 4 days. We've asked for towels. We've never received them, right? So, and you know the amount of money that we paid to stay in this place. You say that you come to America. If you came to America, right, and if you were in America and you had the experience that we are having right here now today, would you not be upset? And she said, well, this is not a hotel. So if you want stuff like that, you should have just stayed in the hotel. You should have just booked it at a hotel. And I said, Lynn, you advertised your place to have the same amenities and service as a hotel. All right. Mm-hmm. If your Airbnb does not provide hotel services, then don't advertise that you provide hotel services. But we paid to stay here for this time period. All right. And if you want us to leave, I said, by all means, we'll go ahead and leave in the morning, but we will respect the refund for the last 2 days. And she said, okay. I said, so in the morning, and which is the next day is the wedding. I said, in the morning, I said, we'll pack up our stuff and we will leave. We will not stay here the next 2 days, but we will need our money back. Absolutely. She said, well, I don't know I said, Lynn, we will need a refund, but we'll leave in the morning. You want us gone? I said, we don't have to stay here. I said, we can leave in the morning, but tonight we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere tonight, but in the morning we'll go ahead and pack our stuff. She was like, I said, are we in agreement? She said, yeah, fine. We're in agreement. Okay. Left, went upstairs. I said, so we ain't going nowhere tonight, but in the morning, I said, everybody pack up your stuff, get your stuff together, because in the morning, we're going to have to leave. Apparently, Lynn decided to get petty at some point in time or whatever during the night, decided to get petty, and she decided to go and play with the electricity and cut it off. Even after we had the agreement. And at that point, I had enough. Your girl needed a drink. All right. And I left. I called. I said I dated to come and pick me. And I went right to Felicia and Craig Hotel and had a good few drinks. And I did not go to sleep before the wedding. Fast forward
the next morning, T, so I know you guys' dad came and the groom to come, I guess, help us get out. We in the middle of getting makeup done, getting ready to go see our bride, and we gotta go. We getting kicked out of the Airbnb. And I know you was about to go off again because you had an attitude with your dad.
So we came back. So she left. We agreed to be leaving in the morning. Lynn decides to wake up bright and early because the makeup people, they came. What time they came? What was it, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, because I didn't go to sleep.
5 a.m. because I was
5 a.m. Yeah, yeah. Because the 5 a.m. All right, the makeup people came to do our makeup, and so people were getting in line to get their makeup, and the electricity was back on. Lynn decides to come at 6 something in the morning, prance herself up in there, and decides to be petty and turn the lights off in the middle of us getting our makeup done.
And I don't want to say it wrong, y'all. I was gele when we was getting our
getting gele, right?
Hey!
Decides to turn the electricity off in the middle of us getting our makeup done, getting ready for the wedding, right? Call my dad. We going off. Diola called her mom, Auntie Tone, All right. To call my dad, who then also called you on to come and talk to Lynn, because right now it's the day of the wedding, right?
On
We
his
don't care
wedding
about
day,
nothing.
exactly.
It's the wedding day. All right. We got makeup that needs to get done. We got stuff that needs to get done. Like, this is pushing the wedding back. So they come to try and diffuse the situation, because now this lady is complaining, talking about it stains on the floor from the henna we had done the night before. She talking about, oh, it stains on the floor and we need to pay.
Trying to find shit.
What is it? What she said? What she said how much she said we needed to pay to replace the marble tiles on the floor. Saying that we need to replace the floor.
I knew she was crazy when she said whoever burnt the sheet need to give her 40,000 naira for them 10 naira sheets. I was like, now Lynn, you ain't
Ray had the curling iron on it.
So she walk around trying to find stuff. Oh, we need to pay for this. We need to pay for that. We need to pay for this. We need to pay for that. Right? My dad come to talk to her, to come and reason with this lady, because at this point I've had enough. I am over Lynn. I've had enough. I done try to be diplomatic with this lady, and they brought a cleaning lady, somebody to come to bring cleaning stuff to clean up the henna off the floor, to show her that, hey, we'll clean the floor, but we're not paying to replace this floor. Like, we'll clean up the floor or whatever, but we're not paying to replace it. Right? And trying to get her to turn the electricity back on. The only reason she turned the electricity back on while we were getting our makeup done, while they're doing the whole negotiations, is so she could go and be running back and forth in and out. So as she's talking to my dad, she decides to get disrespectful. All right? And if you guys know anything about different cultures, right? Respecting your elders is above par. You always show respect to those that are older than you. Right. The woman decided she wanted to disrespect my dad. And at this point now, I'm getting my makeup done. And Wumi tells the makeup people to hold me down in the chair, to stop me from jumping out the chair and beating this lady ass for talking to my father like he's her child.
As you should.
But mind you, please note that first and foremost, Wumi was at the hotel with me. Mm-hmm. And we're all at the hotel. You know, me and Wumi are at the hotel, and all I see is Wumi keep going back to her phone and picking up the phone. There's no clock in my room. So I don't know what time it is. And anybody who knows me knows I'm OCD when it comes to being on time. And I'm just like, and I'd impress, my husband's family out because they be late people or whatever. And I'm like, no, everybody need to be on time. Let's get this show on road. We got a lot going on today or whatever. And so I just keep seeing, as I'm getting my makeup done, sitting in the makeup chair, and I just keep seeing Wumi like go back and forth to her phone, and she's just like, and then she'll step out the room, and then she'll come back, and I'm like, is everything good? She said, everything's fine. And I'm just like, okay, and then all of a sudden she disappears, and I'm like, where the fuck is this bitch at?
Come and handle business.
It's been an hour. Like, where's she at? What is happening right now? And I was like, I know I kept saying to somebody, I'm like, I feel like we're running behind time. Like, I feel like we're really late. And everybody's like, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine. And I'm just like, all right. Like, mind you, it's probably damn near 11 o'clock in the morning. And the trad was supposed to start at 9 a.m. Just a disclaimer for everybody.
Forgive us, Jenny. We love you. Yes. You just got some gangster bride days.
So at this point, I get a call like Lynn is putting them out. And then I'm like, Lynn, really in my mind, I want to like get some area boys, which means some thugged out guys, pay them a good amount of money and send them to go get Lynn. They're going to do more than what I asked them to do. Trust me. But then it's no time because then I got to handle Jenny, make sure Jenny's okay and feeling comfortable. And then trying to figure out like, oh my God, they put the Americans out.
The Americans.
What am I going to do? So I was like, okay, time to get in action. So I started calling my cousin that does property management, Airbnb rentals. I'm like, listen, like they just put them out. They're about to get this stuff and head to the wedding. So we literally have like 7 or 8 hours to figure out where they're going to go, but they just can't go anywhere. They have to go to somewhere that's nice. Like I don't want them staying anywhere where they're going to be uncomfortable. Just get electricity. Like I need something, So she's like, so then she tells my uncle. And my uncle's like, well, my friend owns Airbnbs. Let me call him and see. So it was one where my sister-in-law was already staying there. So to find out that my uncle's really good friend owned it, he kind of opened up the backside. I wasn't supposed to open for like another 2 weeks. But my uncle was like, listen, this is my niece's, friends, their hair during a pandemic, bro. Just all this going on. And Jenny's like, is everything going? Everything is going well. We're having
beautiful bride.
Are you having a good day? And she's like, yeah. She's like, well, what do you keep going around? Nothing. I'm just making sure that everyone's okay, because we're here to turn up and you're pregnant. So,
not to mention, women helping Jenny get dressed, guys.
Oh yes,
yes. So
and doing her hair,
multitasking it.
And doing her hair.
And I'm doing her hair.
Well, when are you gonna go? And I'm like, well, when are you gonna go get your makeup done and your gele tied? Like, because that person was at the Airbnb with the rest of the bridesmaids, and she's like, don't worry. And I'm just like, what? Okay, I guess. Like, and I'm like, why is my mom still here? Like, it was just, and I think it was just so many distractions that when I say I had no idea what was happening, zero. The only thing that I was alerted about a little later was that Cash was sick and wasn't going to show up to the track. And I'm like, did she have COVID? Like, what is happening? And then like, don't worry, Neil away and gave her a shot. She gonna sleep it off and she'll be at the wedding. And I'm like, speak English. Like, what are we saying right now?
And through all this, everyone's laughing. Even the homeless people at this point, they just at the wedding, just teasing, walking down the aisle, playing the part. And then, we find a couple options, but then I kept saying, no, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. So then finally we get to this place and I'm like, okay, I see pictures. I'm like, okay, cool. And then we go there or whatever. And, everyone's cool or whatever, they have their place. Now, Wi-Fi was the issue, but electricity was not. At least I don't
was not. And it was nice, Wumi. So thank you.
Okay, it was nice.
It was.
Wi-Fi was going in and out because I don't think they were ready, so they had to kind of like just pull Wi-Fi from someone else and try to like give them like emergency Wi-Fi. Because I'm like, listen, they cannot live without Wi-Fi. Like, they got to talk to their families. They're halfway across. Like, come on. So, but like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't eat at Jenny's wedding. Oh, I did. Nope. Right at the end when I figured out that y'all had somewhere. Auntie Miriam. Is it Miriam? She went and she had like some, one thing about me, I love me some fufu, some amala. She had amala on the side. I was like, God just knew he was gonna take care of you. So it was on point. But Lynn Holding, if you ever go to Nigeria, you gonna know her. She got a dry blonde wig. She's skinny. She looked like crayfish. Mm-hmm. Don't deal with her. But if you're a Yahoo boy and you need somewhere to sashay, which means to, conduct your fraudulent activities, which I don't blame you. I blame that on the government of Nigeria. That's a whole nother different subject we are going to get into today. And for the people who get scammed, I'm so sorry, There's nobody's uncle who owns money that they need to get out of some bank. Stop being greedy, okay? And don't give them your money.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Wumi.
We would like to put a disclaimer out there that this does not support scammers, fraudsters. We not down with none of that. We make our money the legal way. We spend our money the legal way.
The Nigerians say it is condition that makes the crayfish to bend. Because when a crayfish, when it first dies, it's straight, right? But because of conditions, that's just start bending up. So, listen, when the government don't do right, things start to trickle down. I'd rather you scam than kill. So, but this does not, that is Adewumi Sequoia's opinion.
Not the opinion of sis.
But I will say that my sister married married a good one, because at that point, it's only because of my good brother Juwan that I made it down the aisle. Because at that point, he stopped me from beating her ass down the steps. So, Lynn, if you happen to hear this podcast, girl, when I get to Nigeria, if I see you, it's on site. Since you love America so much,
this is not a threat.
It's on site.
That's not a threat.
Look,
Not a threat.
No, Jenny getting married.
It's a promise.
Boo-boo.
It's not a threat. It's a promise. Just know, if you don't know what on site means, figure it out.
You gonna learn. Okay, guys, as we wrap up this episode, we hope that we said something to not only inform you guys of our experience, but to hopefully put a smile on your face or even make you laugh. Tune in for our next episode titled Queen to Be, as we will be sharing our experiences.
And let me just put a disclaimer out there. If you took anything from this episode, when you go to a foreign country, think about who holds the power and worry about how you're going to make it home and give them problems later. Because we just want to make it very clear that the only reason this situation played out in their favor is because we are Nigerians. And thank God that my cousin was able to contact somebody that was able to get them accommodations safely. But please do not go to another foreign country and think that you're going to call a host, a manager, or whatever, the person who's housing you, any type of name, and has the ability and authority to kick you out. It's in the contract. And then you be stuck in a foreign country without any accommodation. Especially places where you don't speak the language, you don't know nobody who lives there, don't know nobody. If you got arrested, you can make a phone call. Because we as Nigerians, we know people who, if something happened, we can make a phone call to get everybody out. However, so please, if you take anything from this episode, don't do what was done. Please.
Yes, and when you go travel with somebody you know, like we did, somebody who's from there. Guys, so the next episode we will be sharing our experiences being a part of and witnessing a Nigerian traditional wedding. And let me just say, if you have never been, you don't want to miss this episode, because I promise you're going to wish you have. Thank you, guys.